bitches? This is Levi from Masculine Intuition Readings. And in lieu of that live Martin and I did, I wanted to talk about a modern tarot deck that I absolutely love. Because, like I said, there's a lot of shit that's coming out. And it's also really fucking hot in this house. I need to crack my fan and waft some of the cool breeze into my face because all that skincare product I just so generously applied is literally melting off. And you can see my nubby knees, and I'm completely fine with that. So yeah, this is a modern tarot deck that I absolutely adore. It is really difficult to satisfy everyone, and it's not that difficult to satisfy me, although it seems like it. What I love about this deck is that it doesn't make any promises. There's no pretense. It comes in a very normal box, which is really sturdy and good quality. It has cute little writing on the inside. It has cute little printing on the inside. So all of that is really cute stuff. Enough about the box. Because I feel a lot of the reviewers spend too much time on that shit, even though it is important. The deck. 350 GSM. Good quality cardstock. Nice matte gold gilding, the way I like it. It's a matte lamination, which I love. It's one of my favorite finishes. My favorite finish is the rose petal finish. After that, it's the matte lamination that, those newer Blue Angel decks have. So that's freaking amazing. The guidebook. So this looks like your typical, little white book for a deck that you would get with a very normal looking indie deck like this. And it sort of is, but also isn't. We get, your standard intro to tarot, but we get one spread, two spreads. And when I saw these two, I was like, oh, here we go again. Another one of those indie decks with a lackluster guidebook. But then, 3 spreads, 4 spreads, 5, 6 spreads, 7 spreads, 8 spreads. 8 freaking spreads. I love that, and they're really good. Like the creator of the deck even asked some Instagram peeps to write some for her, which I love, and I'm pretty good at writing spreads too, so if you ever want me to do that for any of your decks, let me know. And then we get a pretty good explanation of what the major arcana is, and then we head into the majors, which is funny because they're not very standard. They're not standard. They're not RWS clones. So we do get a really lovely basic, let me show you. We get keywords, we get a basic explanation, and then we get an explanation of all the symbols in the card, which is really interesting. You can learn something from that, like your symbology. It's a little lesson in symbology, like, because it will have these weird, cards sometimes, where it's like, I don't know why this was chosen, and it gets explained. For example, this strength card is just this sword, and it gets explained by, it shows a castle for protection, defenses, and inner strength, a sword for authority, strength, and courage, and a castilla, yeah, Indian paintbrush flower, for energy and determination. So I love that that's in there, and they do that for every cards. And then for the minors, there's symbols as well. So they do that as well, even though it is more pippy. And then for the courts as well. So everything gets explained to a T, but not in a boring way. It's in a quick and cute way. Yeah, so that's more than I expect from an indie deck guidebook. If you're gonna give me a guidebook, give me this. Give me, I mean, I don't even need the basic card meanings, but like some people love reading that. Even those are pretty original in this book. Like they are pretty. They are pretty write-ups of what they are supposed to be. They're not carbon copies of the pictorial key to the tarot. I know some of y'all love reading that regurgitated shit, but I don't. So this is really, really cool. Now, let's get into the cards. Look at these backs too. This deck is at its essence a cottage core deck, and it's really, really pretty. As you can see, I've already used it. It's just the King of Wands. He's my favorite. Or maybe the King of Cups. There's not a lot of men in this deck, but I don't really care about that. It's such a vibe. I love the way the pips are represented. They're color-coded. I should have probably kept this in order, but I don't care. I love that there is no heart on the Three of Swords. That's such a welcome change. What's this? Oh, that's the Four of Pentacles. Really, really cool. That Fool that we were talking about earlier. I love this Two of Wands. So stunning. The Wands are like a favorite. This Strength that I was talking about earlier. And this is sort of in that flat vector art, but it's not boring because it's very textured. What's this? Oh, that's the Temperance. Look, she's putting her finger in the water or something like that. She's changing the color. Like there's definitely an alchemical process going on. I love that. What's really interesting too about the quartz is that they are all figures. For example, this is the king, right? Or then, yeah, this is the knight. Pretty cool. Except for the pages. The pages are all sort of AC, which I love. Let me see if I can find an example really quickly. Because when I first saw it, I was like, meh, I don't know if I like that. But I have this really cool theory. So this is a page of pentacles. So that's not a figure, but it's almost as if... I do think the pages and the aces are kind of alike. So I love that there's sort of that bridge between the two. And it's also almost a sort of a cheeky way of the deck creator saying, like no matter how old you are, like it's almost like we're looking at this from the perspective, like we're the page and we're looking at this element, this object, this scene. And it's almost like the author is trying to say, like, you're never too old to learn. You will always be a page. So that's really, I like that. I think that's kind of cool. I love this Lovers with the two arms interwoven. This is so stunning. This Queen of Wands, so fucking cool. Let me hold this better. Yeah, that's good. I love this as well. Like, there's little nods to other tarot systems in there. Gorgeous. I love this tower. Like this creator plays with perspective in a way that I like. So the perspectives are interesting. And once again, it's this deck doesn't promise to help me with shadow work. This deck doesn't promise to show me who I really am. This deck just is fucking dope. Except for the swords. I don't like all the swords cards. All the other suits are fine, and I love the Court of Swords. But the pips for the swords are a little bit... And the swords are a difficult suit to make interesting. I love the wands. The wands are my favorite. Look at that. Is that the Hanged Man? Yes, it is. Oh, I love that. That's really cute. This is a 2, I think. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles. It's just so stunning. Like, I love all the tones. I love the textures. I want to live in this deck. What's this? Oh, it's Justice with the scales. So, it's sort of reminds me, this is the Emperor. I love that Lumberjack. It reminds me of the Harmony Nice Tarot, but better a little bit, if you get what I'm saying. Love this as well. Love this as well. So, it's just so cool. Like, and let me be honest, I'm looking at the camera as I'm filming, and it doesn't look half as cool on camera as it does in real life. Oh, this Hermit though, look at that. Oh, fucking hell. It's just stunning. This is the Ace of Wands. Oh, so cool. What's this? The World. Fucking hell. I love that. So yeah, I think this is stunning. A lot of people, this Death card. Look at that. This drew me the fuck in. I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, it's not pictorial enough, so I'm gonna like dislike it, but it's so pretty. And what I didn't even mention, but in the guidebook, she extensively goes into numerology and why it's important and how to use that. So it's a really neat little like mini course on how to read pips and how to work with numerology in your tarot. Love this card. By the way, this King of Cups is a total bae. I love him. This just gives me cozy vibes. And, you know, there was a Cozy Witch Tarot that was out. And that was ultimately not my jam. However, this is giving me the cozy vibes that I need. Love that as well. Look at that. That's the Queen of Pentacles, right? Look at that. But everything from the font to the little, like, stripe behind it to give a little bit of contrast, to the textures, everything about this is just so amazing. You know, I just love it, and I kind of want to pull a card for the collective. You know, I'm a simple gal. I don't even without the gilding, I would have been fine. But you know, a good matte lamination, preferably lamination, not the I don't like the anti-scratch resistant UV coating. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It heavily depends on the printers, and that lamination is always good. Unless you shuffle like a complete buffoon, then it will split eventually, but I'm not one of those annoying, you know, annoying TikTok readers that shuffle like their life depends on it, so I think I'm good. Give me a two-part box, a cute guidebook with interesting takes, a matte lamination, and I'm good. And why is this deck good for me? This is gonna go wrong. Yes, I was about to say that. Why is this deck good for me? I didn't even explain why I wanted to show this in lieu of the other video that Martin and I did, the live, about why tarot is so fucking boring. I don't know if you noticed when you were looking at some of the major cards in this deck, but the depictions were, not all of them, but were pretty original, pretty different, pretty interesting, very much the author's own, and not some regurgitated bullshit. This author and artist has the capacity to create this art, this type of art, which is super trendy at the moment. And they could have easily done something really boring where it was literally Pamela Coleman Smith's art regurgitated, but they chose to not do that. And they explain in the guidebook why. For every fucking card, they tell us why they chose that symbol. And I just think that's extremely powerful and, you know, it's noteworthy. It's, you know, it's, that's what an excellent deck creator is to me. We got that strength card. I love it. Stay strong out there. It's rough times at the moment. Also, give yourself some time off. Allow yourself, if you can, if you have the luxury to sometimes drift off into a fantasy world, please do. And love yourself. Feel yourself. And give yourself, you know, it's that Leo energy. It's that Leo Buffalo Bill, I would fuck me energy. That's the energy that you need right now. And on that note, I want to say thank you for looking at my nubby knees and this deck. Bye.